So what I thought was going to be a quick trip down to the shops turned into a big shop. I needed to get a sponge mop, clean the ceiling of the porch so I can prepare it to do a repaint. I thought I'd get a few things at Woolies as well. And I need to stop at Bunnings on the way back up the mountain to get some new rollers, some smooth rollers. It seems to me like Western Sydney, or this part at least, has for the most part forgotten about COVID, because it's not mandatory to wear masks anymore. I think they've even removed the mandatory requirement on public transport, which I noticed the other day. But the only people I saw in the store with a mask, I saw one guy as I was leaving, and the women who worked in the nail salon, they all wear masks, which I think they always did, I'm not sure. But there's still all the signs up around COVID safety in the store, and I think the wipes to sanitise shopping trolley handles and hand sanitiser at the door, I think that may stay post-COVID. I hope that does, because that was one thing that we noticed wasn't here, which you would see over in California, but it was never a thing here at all until COVID hit, and all of a sudden they appeared. And I believe that may be something that stays. I hope it is. It's apparently meant to be nice weather for the next few days. When I woke up this morning, it was all cloud, and it even rained this morning. That's when I was sort of thinking about coming down to the store, and I went, oh, I think I'll just wait till the rain passes and then come down. And it didn't last long. Even though it's beautiful blue sky and sunny, it's quite chilly. Probably not by North American standards, but autumn has arrived. Cleaned this ceiling yesterday, scrubbed it down, because we did have some mould appearing on it. Unfortunately, that's kind of left a bit of a, you might be able to see a bit of staining. So I've got to go and get some of the stain blocking undercoat to go over that. I thought I had some, but that was I might have some, and I don't. So I've got to go get some of that. I've got plenty of the exterior paint. On the deck upstairs, just clean out and reseal the gaps in between each of the large boards that I used, because that deck is made up of 4 plywood boards with this sort of a pattern routed into it just to make it look like floorboards as well. But it's a solid deck, and I just noticed that one of the seams was starting to split apart. The cork was starting to deteriorate, so I scraped it out and recorked it yesterday. And while I was at it, I did all the others while I was just there. Scraped them out a bit, recorked them. And I'm going to waterproof that deck, sand it back a bit and give it all that waterproof treatment to it. I spent part of today giving this upper deck, a sand back, and I've given it 2 coats of the waterproofing membrane that I used on the foundation of the house down in the basement. Well, it looks like floorboards, it's actually plywood that I routed grooves in, so it looks like floorboards. 15mm ply, and it's an exterior hardwood ply. But up there, the caulking in between 2 of the panels had deteriorated and water had leaked through downstairs. So I've waterproofed it now. There might be some moisture that's gotten in there. I did have to redo the caulking on the deck upstairs, so there may have just gotten some moisture through, because the join for that is roughly there. So I'm going to pull back the trim, take down this piece, because I might have to clean it and seal it on the other side. Somewhere different for him. He's not used to walking around traffic. Getting a bit of exercising while we can. Uh-oh. I think I've overdone this on the drill. Use that to mix up concrete. I had to do a fair bit of digging for the fence here just because of the slope. And I was starting to get this one prepared for the next hole. And I put all the brackets on this one and discovered I'd run out of brackets for the next post, so I couldn't do 2 posts at a time, so this one's concreted in. That's where the next hole will be. The next one will be up from there, and then the next one from there should be up around ground level or just below. And that's where we'll get to like the water meters. See that little peg maybe? Water meters just next to that, and that's the front corner of the block. I rang around a few Bunnings to see who had those brackets. I thought Valley Heights would because they were the places that I got it from the last time. They didn't have any. And they said Katoomba did, so I rang Katoomba to confirm, and they do have them. Not as many as the system said, but they've got enough. So I think I'm just going to buy up a batch of them. My wife wants me to check to see if they put more panels as well. Don't want to really spend a lot of money right at the moment. I've got enough panels to do up the side. I just didn't have the brackets. Got time to look around. They don't close till 6, it's just gone 5. Just found this guy in the laundry and put him right outside. And I put him down all the way down there. And it looks like he's trying to make his way back to the house. See this foot that's up? He accidentally got that one stuck under the container, so he's not using it. Wife's been back onto Facebook Marketplace, and as always she finds bargains. So I'm heading down to get some building materials, some colour bond that were left over from a person's job, and they're giving it away for free just to get rid of it. She said to me, I figured you could find a use for it, you could possibly use it for trim on the carport. Because I really don't like the fact that the trim on that carport is only 30mm wide. It's not even covering the framing to dress it up. So if this could be used for that, that'd be great. I think it's cream just like the top of the carport. It's made me think I really need to get roof racks for the truck. If the van was running, this stuff would fit in the van because they're 4 meters long, 30 centimeters wide. There's 4 of them. Those would have slipped straight into the back of the van, close the door. The bar on the back will help pick it up off the roof, but I'm going to have to put something onto the roof, which I grabbed an old picnic blanket just to protect the roof while I strap it down. And they're not far, they're only a little way down the mountain. But she was busy nice and early. She might have seen these during the night, I don't know, but I was only warming up and relaxing with my morning coffee, and she said, do you reckon these would be any good? Could you use them? Reckon you could go down and pick them up? I said, okay, I can be ready in about half hour, 45. I've picked up the stuff that I just got sent to get. Looked a little different in the picture. It's actually big C-channel or U-channel pieces, 30 centimetres wide or a foot wide, at 2 inches deep, and they sort of interlock together. So they had extra pieces from their carport that they didn't want. They had another person who said they were going to come and get it, and they never showed up. So when my wife messaged this morning, we said, yep, I can be down there this morning. They went, beautiful. And when I showed up, they said, do you want some fence posts too? And you might be able to see them just there. C-channel fence posts, roughly 2 inch square, 50mm square, 50mm C. 6 of those. And then he also gave me 2 pieces of fence posts from a different project, one that also had a big bracket on it, that were 50 by 50 RHS, which is a thicker steel, and it's a complete 50 by 50 tube, 2 inch square tube. Even if I don't have an exact project for them, those things now, A 5-foot piece of 50 by 50 steel tube is a decent piece of material to have. I mean, I do want to get into more welding and a worthwhile trip. And in the very end, anything that I don't use, we could either say, do the same thing as we've done before with things, give them away, or it's all steel, I can take it to scrap. We've used the Facebook Marketplace quite a bit over the last few years. We got the giant 13-inch square concrete pavers for free from someone. I'd picked up a stack of pavers. I think I talked about this years ago too in one of my things. I'd picked up stacks of pavers for free before, and I just had them. I had them stacked at my old house, and when I moved, I brought them to the new house and just had them stacked. And we were going to use them, and in the end, we decided we didn't want to use paving. There was a lot of them. I just put them on Marketplace, and a guy from almost up the street from us came and collected them. And I've seen him since and seen the work that he's done with them, so it was worthwhile to see them go. You can get a fair bit with a fair bit of give and take and the generosity of others. It's a little bit different to what I was thinking. I've got a blanket on the roof just here to lift it up off the roof, and then it's sitting on the back bar. I really had to fold this piece up and move it back a bit because of the curve of the roof. And then I've got it strapped down. So it overhangs the windscreen by about 2.5 feet. It doesn't overhang the back of the truck, it's just hanging over the tray. We'll see, won't we? We shall see. You hear that whirring? That'll be my ratchet straps vibrating in the wind. Because as well as strapping it to this side, I ran it across to really... So the tie down is going from both sides of the roof, not just one side. It only kicked in once I'd got over 60. That's going to get annoying. Oh. You're supposed to jump off now. You don't want to stay on me. Trying to escape me. And now you won't get off. There you go. He was in the house. It's the second one in the last few days. Another out of the ordinary walk. Come out to different places. Go for a walk while you're there. He doesn't usually run. Oh, he wants to go again.